Quarterback is the most important position in all of team sports, unless we're talking about the rookie of the year, where it's Justin Herbert versus Justin Jefferson. Then no, then it is wide receiver. But the Vikings have famously just like ignored the QB2 position behind Kirk Cousins. Oh, Trevor Siemian and Sean Mannion. Nate Stanley, 7th round pick. Woo! And Jake Browning, sure. But if and when Washington football team releases inspirational comeback kid Alex Smith, should the Vikings be interested in bringing him in to back up Kirk Cousins? Because they ain't going to draft a quarterback. I think we know that. In short, yes, but he might have some options, so let's talk about it today. Background, 6'4", 215, turns 37 years young on May 7th, was Urban Meyer's quarterback at the University of Utah back in the day. Threw for and ran for a ton of yards, and was the number 1 overall pick in the 2005 NFL draft, famously taken before Aaron Rodgers, the octogenarian, as his draft stock. Then Alex Smith spent 7 listless years in San Francisco. He famously had 6 coordinators in 7 years, so that certainly didn't help, including Mike McCarthy and Norv Turner, by the way. Great. So coaching stability, ownership stability, the entire thing was just a mess by the Bay. Did get some stability when Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman came in 2011. They went to the playoffs and won a playoff game. It was great. But then he was replaced by Colin Kaepernick. Perhaps you heard of them. And even though the Niners went to the Super Bowl in 2012, didn't get it done. But the time was done with him in San Francisco. In 2013, the Niners traded him to the Chiefs for a second-round pick and conditional selection, right as Andy Reid was getting to town after he was fired by the Eagles. And he played brilliant. 3,313 yards passing, 23 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, made his first of 3 Pro Bowls in Kansas City, and was the Chiefs starter for 5 years. And they won a couple playoff games, went to the playoffs. It's all good. They never went to the Super Bowl, but it's whatever. But when the Chiefs traded up to number 10 overall in 2017 and took Patrick Mahomes, it was over. Yeah, that's not going to be my job for long. And respect, Patrick Mahomes was the great student, as Alex Smith was a phenomenal mentor. And Mahomes even credits Alex Smith for him becoming the quarterback that he became so quickly. So respect. Alex Smith is a pro's pro. Chiefs made the playoffs in Alex Smith's final season, lost the wild card, and then 2018, it was time to turn over to Mahomes, who would go on to win league MVP his first year starting, and then lead the Chiefs to a Super Bowl 2019. So cool. Then Alex Smith was traded in 2018 to Washington for a 3rd-round pick and cornerback Kendall Fuller. Washington then gave him a 4-year, $94 million extension, which, if you're Kirk Cousins, you're like, so they actually do pay out big money. Great. And then November 2018, really unfortunate against the Houston Texans, had a horrific leg injury on sack by J.J. Watt and Kareem Jackson, just a mess. Spiral and compound fracture of his tibia and fibula. It was Joe Theismann 2.0. And everyone thought that his career was over. 34 years old, that injury, like, how can you come back from that? Like, why would you want to come back from that? But respect, he got after it, rehabbed all of 2019, and then returned 2020 week 5. Ended up playing in 8 games for the Washington football team, threw for 1,582 yards, 6 touchdowns, 8 picks, a 78.5 quarterback rating. Washington made the playoffs, except he didn't play in the wildcard game against Tampa due to calf soreness, so it's unfortunate. Obviously, he won the 2020 Comeback Player of the Year. They should rename the award after him, the Alex Smith Comeback Player of the Year, 100%. Smith came out this week, and he talked about how Washington didn't really want him back. So just when you thought that dysfunction was over in Washington, nope, not just kidding. So that relationship is probably over. He is due an $18.75 million base salary in 2021. None of it is guaranteed, so he's going to get cut. Question is, what is his market going to be? Well, he's going to be 37. And even though he's an amazing and inspiring story and he still has some tread left on the tire, I don't think he's going to get big money. There's still a major question about that right leg. He did miss the playoff game with calf soreness as well, and no team is just going to hand him the starting gig and pay him big money. So that's off the table. I think that his best case scenario is going to be going to a team that's going to have a young quarterback, and then they could use him as a high-end backup and a bridge quarterback. Like the Jets, if they take Zach Wilson, they trade Sam Darnold, and they want a veteran guy that could start in a pinch if Zachy is not ready to attack in week 1, or the Dolphins and Tua, where he can take on Ryan Fitzpagic's former role be that veteran stopgap behind Tua just in case the Tua doesn't perform in year 2. Or the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence, where, yeah, Trevor Lawrence is going to be good to go week 1, but you do want a veteran backup to mentor him, to mold him, to help get things going there. Maybe it could springboard a start of a career if Alex Smith wants to get into coaching, become a quarterback coach, OC, head coach down the line. I think he has the chops to do that. Or even Cincinnati, like Joe Burrow might not be ready to start the season. Maybe he starts the year on the pup. Alex Smith could get some run in the Queen City, which would make sense there. But I don't know if he's going to get that opportunity, but I think Alex Smith still could be a very solid backup in this league. Has a ton of knowledge, would be a solid QB2, and frankly, I would love if Alex Smith got together with the Vikings to back up Kirk Cousins, and they can talk about being cast aside by Washington. Hey, that place sucks. Yeah. Also, Kirk can't be too proud in this spot. Look, Alex Smith has been around the block. He's been there, done that, gotten the T-shirt. He can impart a ton of wisdom and let Kirk Cousins get a fresh set of eyes in that quarterback room that's been there. And Kirk can take in that information and become a better quarterback. Like, Alex Smith can make Kirk Cousins a better quarterback. Surely can. And I would prefer Alex Smith over Mannion, over guys like Trevor Siemian or Nate Stanley or Browning, or mid-round quarterbacks like Kellen Mond or Ian Book or whatever. And because if poop hit the fan in 2021, Vikings are all in. They're set to win games. They're set to win a championship. If something happened to Kirk Cousins, if alien abduction came down, Alex Smith will give the Vikings a puncher's chance, and that's all that you need in that spot. Money-wise, I don't expect him to break the bank. Probably only going to get maybe $5 to $6 million per year, given his age, given his injury history. But I think it'll be worth it. So clear the cap, find the money. Hashtag cap is a myth. Now Alex Smith cannot play guard or 3-tackle, whatever. No, the quarterback is still the most important position in all of team sports, unless we're talking about Justin Herbert versus Justin Jefferson. So get yourself a good QB2, because yes, Kirk Cousins never missed a game, and he's extremely durable until he's not. Again, knock on wood, but alien abductions come out of nowhere, and you want a solid QB2, Alex Smith would be that guy. But your thoughts, Alex Smith, Vikings? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. I'll support that work. Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.